real questions. Every week in here on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Very happy to kick it off. Return visitor, good friend Matt Miller is here, LPT. Hey, Matt, how are you?
Yes, good. Thanks for having me.
And for the first time from Orlando Short-Term Rentals, Valentina Naumenko is here. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me today.
Good. Let's start with you because we all know the NRA settlement has kind of changed things a little bit. I don't think it's changed things for the bad at all, but when a buyer is now coming into the market looking to buy a home, what do they need to sign?
Well, they're going to need to sign at a minimum a touring agreement saying that they're going to use this particular realtor to show them the property. That touring agreement then can lead to more. It's going to determine what the commission is that the showing agent requires. Now that can vary and it can be negotiated, and we typically try to recoup that from the seller, which is how it's always been in the past. But it is potentially a cost for a buyer, but it's always been a cost for a buyer.
What is a normal percentage now? I'm sorry to put you on the spot. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really on the value, but I would say anywhere from 2 to 4% is what it's going to cost for a buyer to have an agent.
AKA where it's always been. And they're going to try to, and most of the time succeed in getting the seller to end up paying this down the road anyway. Is in some way a commitment from a buyer to the buyer's agent as well?
It's a commitment, but it's something that if you don't like your agent, you can, with the touring agreement, you can just cancel it and find another agent in the area. Yeah. And that's the point now where buyer's agents really need to show value and bring worth to the client and show that they deserve to have the business.
Yeah. What is that value? What is the value you bring to a buyer right now as their buyer's agent?
Well, with LPT, there's tons of value that we bring, along with the tools that we have, the agreements, the ability to negotiate, get concessions back for our buyers, for our clients. So it's really important to make sure that you use a qualified agent that knows the market and knows how you can get your best deal put together.
Got it. Now, a lot of people buy houses, especially in Orlando, the tourism capital of the world, it feels like. They buy houses and they want to rent them, right? They want to rent them short term. We have a little thing called Disney World, Universal, where a lot of people are here visiting and they rent. When someone buys a property to put it into vacation rentals, how does that process go? And is it still a good investment?
Well, yes, it is good investment as long as you make a smart decision and work with the right people. And real estate agents in this transaction are very critical because they can really be help in finding that sweet property that will generate return on investment, or they can just kill it.
Yeah.
Because as we just discussed, that there are properties that not suit as a good vacation rental, and a lot of investors ended up with having like 9 bedrooms vacation homes or 15 bedrooms vacation homes that hard to rent. They're not happy, their numbers don't look good. So when you work with the real estate agent on your transactions to purchase one, you really need to look into rental analysis to understand that this property is able to bring the numbers you need.
If I'm looking to invest in real estate for short-term rental, what am I looking for? What are some of the real things I should be on the lookout for?
Well, the property features itself. So you really need to differentiate yourself from any hotel room that Orlando offers. And Orlando has more hotel rooms than any city in the world.
Yeah.
So it has to be a single family home with a private pool, preferably overlooking some water or conservation area. Has to be close to Disney or Universal, basically 15-20 minutes. You have to consider the traffic that we experience nowadays. Theme of the room, so people really like to have those nice themes of Disney characters in their bedrooms for the children. I would say optimal option is 4-bedroom.
Okay.
Single family home with a private pool. And with the marketable price, you're looking for 7% return on investment.
Got it. Yeah. I've had a little bit of a bipolar attitude on the real estate market in the last really couple of months, Matt. And I kind of live in this world and I go by feel and I go by numbers. And I was really strong on it. And then about a month ago, I started to feel almost like the interest rates had shocked our real estate economy a little bit and slowed it down dramatically. Now, just over the last few weeks, I feel like with the rates coming down a little bit, I feel a buzz again. What are you feeling down in the trenches in this current real estate market?
I'm seeing a huge buzz right now. So with the rates as being the lowest they've been in probably 15 years, well, not 15 years, prior to the last pandemic, we really have a lot of opportunity right now. The market has houses that have been sitting for a long time. The average time to sell right now in Volusia County, 74 days.
Wow.
So with homes sitting longer, you've seen a lot of price decreases, rates are dropping, more buyers are being priced back into the market that they can afford to buy. So you're gonna start to see a big swell of people jumping back in and buying and more competition, which in turn could potentially drive the housing prices back up. So
I have been telling you buyers that, okay, there's going to be a big push for buyers when the rates come down a little bit, and that's exactly what's happening. And now is the time, if you want to buy a house, I think, to really get out there and buy that house, because I think there are going to be more and more buyers as the rates come down. It's inevitable, and there's going to be more competition that you're fighting with. All right, Valentina, one more question for you. So I bought some investment real estate. I want to do short-term rentals, right? Mm-hmm. But you know what? I feel like I can go on the internet and kind of do this myself. I'll hire the cleaning crew. What do you say to someone who wants to handle all of that themselves?
Don't do that. You can handle your listing, and a lot of people do it as an Airbnb platform, for example, allows them to do it, to be Airbnb host. But you need to maintain your property. You need to make sure you know who cleans this property, what are they checking, who does maintenance to this property, does inspections done as people check out, people check in. You need to have a feel of that. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that people do. But now with all of these third-party platforms, it is very possible to be a listing host and manage money part, but you need to have a partner, someone you can trust on site.
I agree. Orlando short-term rentals. Keep up the great work over there. Very impressed with what you guys are doing. Valentina, welcome back anytime, okay?
Thank you.
Great to meet you. Matt, always a pleasure to see you, buddy. Keep up the great work over at LPT. You guys are dominating over there. It's I feel like you're always one step ahead than other brokers out there. So
we are. We're a step ahead, and we're still moving. So we're growing 33 states by the end of the year in Canada.
I love it. I used to live in a very cool neighborhood, and then what happened? I had children, and I was forced to move to the suburbs. However, after a quick break, we're going to go visit my old neighborhood. Where is that in Orlando? As You Have Real Estate continues.